camera. Jungkook spotted at a mysterious cafe. Who was he with? Hello Army. A world stops for a moment. In the grand theater of life, there are events that arrive like thunder. Explosive. Loud. Unmissable. Concerts, awards, red carpet moments, when the world turns its head and shouts, "Look!" But then, there are moments that arrive in whispers. Moments that unfold not on stage, but in the corners of a quiet city. Moments that are not announced, not planned, and not performed. Moments so small, and yet so deeply human, that they shake something far greater than applause, our curiosity, our hearts. This is one of those moments. Because in a hidden cafe, somewhere in the soft shadows of Seoul, Jungkook was seen. Not as the idol, not as the golden magne, but as a man. The hidden place. The cafe is nearly invisible to the average passerby. Its entrance is small, tucked between a narrow alley and an ivy-covered wall. There's no neon sign. No posters. No hint that inside might be a sanctuary for some of the most famous names in South Korea. It's the kind of place you don't find by accident. You are either brought there, or you know exactly what you're looking for. Known by insiders, producers, quiet artists, and off-duty actors, the cafe has one unspoken rule. No questions. No attention. Just peace. No music. Only soft whispers. Books, notebooks, black coffee, and stories exchanged in murmurs. It's in this quiet world that a black car pulled up. And from that car, stepped someone who, despite trying to blend in, could never go unnoticed. The man in black. He wore a hoodie. Dark, oversized, almost swallowing his frame. A black face mask. A cap pulled so low his eyes were nearly hidden. But still, there's a certain way Jungkook walks. A certain energy he carries, soft, yet magnetic. And in that moment, anyone who had ever seen him perform, even once, would know. That was him. But he wasn't walking with his chest out or his shoulders lifted like on stage. No cameras. No guards. He entered alone. Quiet. Purposeful. He took a seat in the far corner, next to the window where the afternoon light barely reached. And then, he waited. For who? For what? That's where the mystery begins. The arrival of the unknown. A few minutes passed. And then the door opened again. This time, it wasn't a star. Or maybe it was. We don't know. A second figure entered, smaller, perhaps, or just gentler in demeanor. They wore a muted grey jacket, slightly worn at the edges, and a cap pulled down just enough to shadow their face. Not flashy. Not trying to be seen. But they weren't trying to hide either. They walked straight to the corner. To Jungkook. To that table. And without exchanging a single word loud enough to hear, they sat down. The two began to speak. Slowly. Gently. Deeply. Not as celebrities. Not as co-workers. But as two people sharing something delicate. The photo that tore through the silence. It was never meant to be shared. A blurry photo. Captured from the outer corner of the window. Posted anonymously, without a caption, without context. It could have been just another picture. But it wasn't. Within minutes, eagle-eyed fans recognized the posture. The tilt of the head. The familiar hand resting casually near the coffee glass. It was Jungkook. And next to him, a mystery. The internet exploded. Reddit threads. Twitter, or X, hashtags. Fan accounts working like detectives, analyzing every pixel of the image. Was the other person male or female? Were they holding hands beneath the table? Was that a lyric notebook? Was this a secret date? Was it a business meeting? Nobody knew. But everyone felt it. This moment meant something. The theories that followed. Theories poured in like rain. Theory 1, the producer theory. Some fans believe the unknown figure is a producer, known only in underground music circles. Someone whose work inspired Jungkook's new solo sound. Was this a quiet collaboration in the making? Theory 2, the ghostwriter theory. Others point to a lyricist who once worked with BTS anonymously. They match the size, body language, and rumored schedule. Theory 3, the past connection theory. What if this is someone from Jungkook's past? An old friend? A lost love? A person he hasn't seen in years, and finally be found again? Theory 4, the secret relationship theory. Of course, the most sensational theory is romance. Is Jungkook in a relationship? Was this a rare, intimate moment caught on camera? Theory 5, the setup for something bigger. Some fans whisper that this isn't a coincidence at all. It's a setup. A breadcrumb. The first scene of a bigger story Jungkook is about to tell. A documentary. A short film. A comeback concept. One blurry photo. 100 truths. Or 1,000 lies. HYBE silence, louder than words. And then came the silence. From HYBE. No statement. No press release. Not even a tweet. This is unusual. In the world of K-pop, agencies move fast. They squash rumors, clarify appearances, protect reputations. But this time? Nothing. No confirmation. No denial. Just stillness. And somehow, that made the moment feel even louder. The man behind the mask. Who is Jungkook, when no one is watching? That question may never be fully answered. But in that cafe, on that quiet afternoon, we caught a glimpse. Not of the superstar. Not of the fashion icon. Not of the global ambassador. But of the boy who once dreamed of singing. The man who carries the weight of millions of fans on his shoulders. The soul who just wanted a quiet cup of coffee and a deep conversation. And isn't that beautiful? What really matters? At the end of the day, maybe we're asking the wrong questions. It's not just, who was he with? Or, what were they talking about? Maybe the real question is he okay? Is he healing? Is he happy? Because beyond the theories, beyond the viral photo, beyond the fame, Jungkook is a human being. And like all of us, he needs moments. He needs people. He needs peace. And maybe he found a little of that right there in that cafe. The story continues. This story doesn't have an ending. At least, not yet. Because maybe this wasn't just a meeting. Maybe this was the first chapter of something greater. A song. A message. A transformation. Whatever it is. We'll be here. Watching. Waiting. Supporting. Because when Jungkook walks into a room, even silently, the world pays attention. And when he sits in a quiet cafe with a mystery across the table, he reminds us of something profound. Sometimes, the most powerful stories begin in silence. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because the next time Jungkook moves, it might just be the start of something historic. Blurry. Until next time.